Everyone. I hope I am audible and visible. Right. So here we are into another weekly important discussion. Right. काफी vibrant, काफी भरा पूरा week रहा है this one. I mean, yes. Yeah, like if we'll go through everything now, you'll realize ki Islamabad talk was one of the most important one. Then this guy is becoming Rahman Dakat of internet, right? Entering every single place and discussing things, right? And like then comes some other particular thing. For example, Kunal Kamra and what we can say, Samay Raina. These were the two particular comedians from India which were in the news for some good, for some bad reasons. But I believe both have their reasons and both have their particular pros and cons. But ठीक है, Kunal Kamra said one of the examples जहाँ पे he denied us for apology. Like yes, he said कि I'm not going to apologize क्योंकि वो दिल से नहीं आएगा and it will set a bad precedent for the other comedians. Samay Raina came up with his life that was still alive. And then Balen Shah Balen and the new Prime Minister of Nepal and his Home Minister, who was DJ, right? They are shockingly changing a bit very fast. वो 100 days challenge जो इन्होंने लिया था, they are doing it. Then there was an election जो कि already conduct हो चुका है. That's in Assam, Kerala, and Puducherry. We are left with Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and some हाँ two states जो है वो बचे हुए हैं. So elections is there. बंगाल का जो SIR है West Bengal का, that is something की जो काफी ज्यादा न्यूज में रहा है. And apart from this, the most important particular topic of this particular week was Islamabad talks. यस, हम कितना भी पाकिस्तान को लाइक गरिया लें टेक्निकल भाषा में बनारस वाली उसमें, है ना, बट ही डिड मैनेज टू गेट सम अटेंशन एंड ही डिड मैनेज टू गेट अमेरिकans and Iranians on the table for the discussion, though the debate does not the discussion was not concluded properly in a positive manner, but they actually did it. Right. So Islamabad talk was there. Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar and his what we can say motion against him for क्या कहना चाहिए, his impeachment that was cancelled. फिर तमिलनाडु का कस्टोडियल डेथ वाला डेथ केस जो था उसका पर्टिकुलर जजमेंट आया, इट वाज इन न्यूज. सो टेक्निकली अ वेरी वाइब्रेंट न्यूज. एंड जहाँ थोड़ा बहुत लाइक entertainment की कमी होती थी, our politicians were in election rally and they did manage to entertain us very well. राइट. सो दिस वाज द एंटायर वीक जो था. अब इसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो है हमारे पर्पस से क्लैट के लिए, हम उस पर डिस्कशन में जाते हैं. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं किसकी, इस्लामाबाद टॉक्स. किसकी बात करेंगे, इस्लामाबाद टॉक्स. यस, दिस इज द नेम गिवन बाय द टॉकर्स. Yeah, because Pakistan was mediating this particular discussion of a peace between Americans and Iranians. Israeli was there, were there, but Israel was uh, Israel, right? Israel was Israeling. So technically, the overall particular fashion, US delegates and जो Iranian delegates थे, they were supposed to sit on Islamabad, right? And they were supposed to discuss the term for permanent peace between these two countries. Okay. And they had certain condition. So एक timeline हमने last time भी discuss की थी. The Americans provided some 15-point agenda. The Iranian rejected it. They provided the 10-point of agreement for the peace discussion. Then they were supposed to talk on this. The before this particular peace talk, there was a ceasefire which we discussed in the last particular few days. The ceasefire for 14 days were there, and we regularly in the Hindu session we discuss about this 14 days peace, or what we can say ceasefire is a fragile one. कि वो कभी भी टूट सकता है. And Israeli did it very well. The moment they declared, Iranian and USA, they declared peace, right, ceasefire. Israel attacked like with hundreds of missiles in the southern Lebanon, including Beirut, and they killed approximate what we can say some 350, 400 people, and they injured approximate 2,000 plus, and they broke the ceasefire. Then comes the Lebanon, और लेबनान की अपनी वो particular discussion था जिसके लिए both the countries were having some particular doubts. पाकिस्तान की तरफ से जो अनाउंसमेंट हुई थी ट्विटर में उसमें लेबनान was part of it, but Americans and Israeli they said कि the Lebanon is not part of the discussion of the ceasefire or peace. Iran was like, this is the part of the discussion, etc., etc. Something like this happened. So, अब बात करते हैं क्या? The high-stake peace talk between US and Iran in Islamabad concluded on April 12, 2026 without reaching an agreement. Right, यहाँ पे तुम्हें ध्यान रखना है कि they did not come to an agreement. Despite of 21 hours of a marathon negotiation mediated by Pakistan, both delegates have left the venue. No further rounds are currently scheduled. फर्स्ट थिंग अभी के लिए जो पर्टिकुलर कहानी है वो ये है कि कोई भी नेक्स्ट राउंड जो है अभी के लिए शेड्यूल्ड नहीं है देयर इज अ 14 डेज पीस जिसमें से टेक्निकली अप्रोक्सीमेट 7 डेज निकल चुके हैं है ना सो 7 8 डेज लेफ्ट अगर मैं बात करूं ओवरऑल 8 तारीख से सो अभी 7 8 डेज आर लेफ्ट एंड दे स्टिल डोंट हैव एनी शेड्यूल्ड टॉक दिस वाज मीडिएटेड बाय पाकिस्तान गारंटी जो गारंटर था इस पर्टिकुलर टॉक का दैट वाज चाइना ओके सो लेट्स गेट इनटू सम टाइमलाइन कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ तो सबसे पहले तो बात करें कि आफ्टर 8th ऑफ अप्रैल सीज फायर राइट 15 डेज सीज फायर 2 वीक सीज फायर टेक्निकली 10th ऑफ अप्रैल को दोनों पार्टी जो हैं वो अराइव होती हैं इस्लामाबाद में देन 11th ऑफ अप्रैल पे को एक मैराथन नेगोशिएशन होता है दैट्स व्हाट द इंटरनेशनल मीडिया इज कॉलिंग इट बिकॉज दिस वाज 21 आवर्स ऑफ रेगुलर डिस्कशन. So US and US delegates, which included JD Vance, Kushner, and Witkoff, they were continuously in the discussion with the US president. ईरान की तरफ से जो particular वो speaker थे गालिब बाफ and foreign minister जो थे right Rakshi, they were the main particular people, and they were continuously having discussion with the Pezeshkian and Supreme Leader and IRGC commander. Right? They had their points, they shared their agenda, they shared their talk, what we can say, point of view, what they wanted, what they did not wanted, what is the thing, or kya hua, kya nahi hua. Ultimately, 12th of April ko the talks collapsed. And 13th of April say there is a post-talk fallout जो आज है ना मैं इसको कवर नहीं करना चाहता था बट आई डिसाइडेड टू गो ऑन विद दिस और उसके पीछे एक बड़ा सिंपल रीजन है कि जो चीजें हुई हैं है ना जिस तरीके से ये टॉक कंक्लूड हुई हैं द वे थिंग्स हैपन राइट पीपल वर एक्चुअली होपफुल कि कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा हो जाएगा बट दैट डिड नॉट कम आउट प्रॉपरली एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस एक लंबा चौड़ा व्हाट वी कैन से फ्यूचरिस्टिक हॉल्ट जो है वो लगा हुआ है सो लेट्स गेट इनटू दिस कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ. Right. So on the 10th of April they arrived. So जो भी वो थे क्या कहना चाहिए delegates से they came and the next day they started having discussion. Right. A Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, so they started having discussion on the Serena Hotel. Right. The discussion was 21 hours long. Hello Vaishnavi. It ended at in the next day in the afternoon, Sunday morning के आसपास और afternoon के बीच में the stock was ended. Right, and both the delegates have their technical experts, and they all both discussed about two major particular things. Right, one is nuclear and enrichment of uranium by Iran. Right, and the second one was Strait of Hormuz. So, hi Deva, hi Dhanvi. So they had mainly these two particular point to have a very technical like discussion because both of these are involved into some extra particular what we can say information that they needed. For example, Iran claims to have 60% of enriched uranium to use it for the peaceful purpose. अगर आप बम बनाना चाहते हो तो you need 90% enriched uranium. राइट यस अमेरिका चाह रहा था कि पूरा का पूरा 60% जो एनरिच्ड यूरेनियम है व्हिच टेक्निकली इज क्लोज टू 400 to 500 किलोग्राम that is supposed to be surrendered to America, right? And America will take care of it. Iran was like, dude, we have already signed the non-proliferation treaty, and we are using it for the peaceful purpose, energy, medical, etc. We are not going to do this. Second one was Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz, अगर आप थोड़ा सा ध्यान से देखने की कोशिश करेंगे तो दिस इज अ स्मॉल पैसेज हियर जहाँ पे दो मेजर पर्टिकुलर वो बनते हैं पैसेजेस बनते हैं वन इज फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ ओमान अनदर वन इज साइड ऑफ फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ ईरान So the thing is, Iran is saying that this comes under our territorial waters, so we have all the right to put a toll and everything. Americans were like, this is a naturally formed passage, जिसमें आप टोल नहीं लगा सकते and आपको किसी भी तरीके का राइट नहीं देंगे. And this was the major point of discussion, जिसपे इतना लंबा marathon, what we can say, negotiation that went. Right? On the 12th of April, according to the JD Vance, अगर मैं बात करूं जो यूएस वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, उन्होंने सीधे तौर पे बोला कि वी प्रोवाइडेड आवर फाइनल ऑफर. है ना? मैं सीधे तौर पे तुम्हें बता देता हूँ कि द यूएस उनके क्लियरली बोला कि संडे, राइट, अर्ली संडे दे प्रोवाइडेड द बेस्ट एंड द फाइनल ऑफर, बट ईरान हैज चूजन नॉट टू एक्सेप्ट दीज टर्म्स. राइट. ईरान की तरफ से जो पर्टिकुलर रिस्पॉन्स आया उसमें सीधे तौर पे ये बात बोली गई, द टर्म्स वर नॉट अंडर आर डिमांड्स. तो ईरान नहीं झुका, वो नहीं झुके. पोस्ट ऑफ फॉल आउट के बारे में अपन थोड़ा लास्ट में बात करते हैं. सबसे पहले बात कर लेते हैं कि आउटकम क्या रहा. द फर्स्ट आउटकम वाज अ नो डील रीच्ड. यस, यूएस वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जेडी वैंस confirmed that talk ended in a stalemate, stating that US presented final best offer which Iran declined. सो सिंपल से तौर पे अभी तक कोई डील नहीं हुई है. सो वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी इन द वॉर एंड इन द स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज. एंड वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपनिंग ऑन द स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज. वी डोंट नो हमारी एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी का क्या होगा. एंड वो चाचा ट्रम्प सुबह सुबह बीपी की गोली खा के कुछ भी बोल देता है, राइट. एंड ये हुआ भी on the Monday 13th of April, the 10 a.m. GMT, that 2 p.m. GMT, yeah, right, they started the naval blockade. Yes, this naval blockade is going to cause harm to major economies. मैं बता देता हूँ क्यों. सिंपल सा फंडा अगर मैं देखूं तो that is the place जो पहले open था, right? Then you attacked on Iran, it became closed. Now you are having discussion with the Iran to open it again, and Iran declined it. So you have a blocked it. Why? Still, if you will ask Donald Trump, they don't know. The problem is, for now, at least we had a small amount of supply. मैं इंडिया की परसेप्शन से बात कर लूं. So we had small amount of supply जो उससे पास हो रही थी स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज से, with our diplomatic friendly relation with Iran. But now after this there is a chance कि वहां से वो भी नहीं होगा. Right. Second one, Strait of Hormuz का status for now. While the US will block the traffic from Iranian ports, SETCOM, that is Central Command Center of America, जो military command center है, it will not impede vessel transiting the Strait of Hormuz to or from non-Iranian ports. राइट. सो अभी नॉन इरानियन पोर्ट से तो उनके लिए ओपन है, बट अभी भी नहीं है. दैट इज अ फ्रेजाइल सीज फायर जो 7th ऑफ अप्रैल से लगा था, अभी भी उसमें प्रॉब्लम है. जो मेन स्ट्राइकिंग पॉइंट थे जिस पे डिस्कशन हुआ एंड जिस पे वो बात नहीं बनी उसकी बात कर लेते हैं. सो स्टिकिंग पॉइंट्स में सबसे पहला था न्यूक्लियर प्रोग्राम. यूएस demanded a verifiable commitment that Iran would never seek a nuclear weapon. Iran refused to surrender what it calls a right to enrich uranium for medical and civilian purpose. So यहाँ पे दो चीजें ध्यान रखने वाली बात है. सबसे पहले तो बात कर रहे हैं हम न्यूक्स की. किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? न्यूक्स की. सो ईरान हैज ऑलरेडी साइन नॉन प्रोलिफरेशन ट्रीटी. एंड ईरान के जो पुराने सुप्रीम लीडर थे आयतुल्लाह अली खुमैनी, he clearly mentioned that the Islam does not provide any particular tick for the weapon of mass destruction. So they are not at all ready for the nuclear weapon. So they already had mentioned this, that they are not going to achieve any nuclear weapon. But they have all the right to use that enriched uranium for the medical and civilian purpose. So peaceful purpose के लिए यूज करने के लिए हम पूरी तरह से फ्री हैं. ये हमारा क्या है? राइट है. अमेरिका was not even agree on that particular point. Right? First thing. Second thing, Strait of Hormuz. Iran demanded the continued control over the waterways and right to charge transit fee, while US rejected it as illegal. अच्छा, ये दोनों चीजें जो रिपोर्ट जो अपन सारी चीजें रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, मतलब वी आर डिस्कसिंग these are from reported from Al Jazeera, New York Times, Washington Post, The Guardian, right? These are the important newspaper from that region and in the around the world. जो पार्टीज इन्वॉल्व है उनकी बात करें तो ईरान का ये कहना था कि दिस वाटर वे कम अंडर आर कंट्रोल एंड वी हैव ऑल द राइट टू चार्ज द ट्रांजिट फीस. यू कैन सिंपली कॉल इट अ टोल. राइट. यूएस ने इसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया ये कहते हुए कि दिस इज एन इलीगल टोल बिकॉज दैट्स अ नेचुरली फॉर्मिंग व्हाट वी कैन से पैसेज जिस पे आप टोल नहीं लगा सकते. Then Iran demanded the reparation and sanctions wala part. Iran sought what reparation? Because of one reason, because there was a peace talk that was going on between US and Iran before the attack happened. right? Oman जो है, that was mediating this in the Geneva, and they were coming to an agreement. But before that, Americans attacked on Iran. So Iran demanded the reparation, right? And they also demanded unfreezing the billions of the seized asset, right, for the predicate for the permanent ceasefire. So approximately 27 to 30 billion डॉलर के assets ईरान के दुनिया भर में फ्रीज है. वो चाहते थे कि वो अनफ्रीज हो जाए, so that हम अपना काम आगे बढ़ा सकें, and we should use that particular amount of fund for the rebuilding of what you destroyed. Iran also demanded one of the things, that is military presence. Iran demanded that 10-point plan included the complete withdrawal of US forces from the Middle East. A demand US delegation found unacceptable. The US is having allies in the Middle East, UAE, Saudi Arabia, राइट कतार कुवैत पेट्रोल का मामला है बाबू भैया ऑयल का मामला है सो ईरान demanded that you should not be present in form of military in this region. You should leave Middle East. American delegation said this is completely unacceptable. So these were the four major points that were what we can say pointed out by the majority of media stations, media houses, जिस पे अमेरिकन एंड ईरानियन की बात नहीं बनी. अब इसके बाद क्या हुआ, मैं उसकी बात कर लेता हूँ कि व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपेंड व्हेन दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग स्टॉप. तो सबसे पहले व्हेन द पीस टॉक एक्चुअली फेल, सो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट व्हाट वी कैन से रिएक्शंस जो थे वो थे. So सबसे पहले वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जेडी वैंस, यूएस के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, उन्होंने बोला यूएस negotiated in a good faith. Iran refusal to accept the term was bad news for Iran. President Trump stated that US would finish up Iran if it did not abandon its nuclear ambition. Typical Trump वाली भाषा, राइट. ईरान की तरफ से अब्बास अरागची जो फॉरेन मिनिस्टर है, he accused the US for shifting the goalpost when the deal was inch away. Right. So when the deal was inches away, they shifted the goalpost. The parliamentary speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, he also vowed that Iran will not submit to the military threats. Yeah, ये क्यों हुआ मैं बता देता हूँ. When this particular peace talk was discussing, US Gerard Ford जो है वो aircraft carrier that was in the Persian Gulf region, right, and they wanted कि भैया हम regularly उनको presence बढ़ाएं, and they also ईरानियन ने अपनी तरफ से भी ये बात रखी कि दिस इज समथिंग जो वायलेशन है सीज फायर का. यू शुड नॉट बी एग्रेसिव व्हेन देयर इज अ पीस टॉक. बट ईरान, अमेरिका नहीं माना, और ईरान ने इस पर्टिकुलर चीज को मिलिट्री थ्रेट मानते हुए कहा कि ईरान सरेंडर नहीं करेगा. पाकिस्तान फॉरेन मिनिस्टर इशक दार, right, thanked both side and for the opportunity for mediate, and argued to uphold the current ceasefire to prevent the regional catastrophe. एक न्यूज़ ये भी आई थी कि पाकिस्तान ने बहुत कोशिश की कि ये सीज़ फायर का जो टाइम है, जो टर्म वो है, ड्यूरेशन है, वो बढ़ाया जा सके. बट इस पे अभी तक दोनों पार्टीज की तरफ से कोई आंसर नहीं आया. देयर इज अ रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम अल जजीरा जिसमें प्रेसिडेंट व्लादिमीर पुतिन has already reached out to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, offering a step into in as a mediator following the US withdrawal. तो रशिया जो है वो मीडिएशन करना चाहता है, ऐसी न्यूज जो है वो आ रही है. अब उसके बाद क्या हुआ, सबसे पहले तो जैसी पीस टॉक खत्म हुई, डेलीगेट अपने अपने घर पहुंचे, यूएस पोर्ट ब्लॉकेट स्टार्ट हो गया. तो फॉलोइंग द फेलियर, यूएस मिलिट्री अनाउंस दैट इट वुड ब्लॉक द ईरानियन पोर्ट स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 10 a.m. लोकल टाइम, दैट इज 14 जीएमटी, मतलब 2 बजे के आसपास से. स्टेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज के लिए ईरान के रेवोल्यूशनरी गार्ड्स वार्न that any military vessel attempting to transit from the state would face a strong response, though civilian ships can remain permitted. So IRGC ने strictly ये बात बोली है कि we are going to put a strong response to any military vehicle that is trying to transit from the Strait of Hormuz. Civilian ships के लिए अभी भी allow किया है, but overall fashion में that's not going to work. The ceasefire technically was active until April 22, but I don't think कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा चलने वाला है. Then comes the Turkey. Yes, Turkey, whatever you call it. Turkey has strictly mentioned about this. If Israel decided to attack on Iran, they will attack on Israel. यहाँ पे problem हो रही है. The thing is, Turkey is member of NATO. If Israel is attacking on Iran and Turkey is attacking on Israel, technically all NATO, according to Article 5, has to get involved into the war. तो यहाँ पे चीजें थोड़ा सा interesting होने लगी हैं. Though these are not at all good news. Because if they are blocking the ports, that clearly means कि हमें जो सस्ता तेल मिल रहा था वो प्रॉब्लम में आ जाएगा. Second, the Chinese and Russian जो counterpart हैं, they will not allow it like very easily. Second thing, they will want Iranian to win this particular discussion and win this particular issue, क्योंकि उनसे उनका काफी ज्यादा पर्सनल जो particular benefit है वो जुड़ा हुआ है. तो अभी चीजें थोड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग तो होने वाली हैं. There is a chess game that is going on. Right, soon they are going to have more discussion. ऐसी particular experts लोग जो है वो बात कर रहे हैं. So this was the Islamabad talk. Hi, Tripti. Right. This was the Islamabad talk that we concluded. And let's discuss some more topics जो important था. First and most important one for the CLAT purpose is impeachment motion to remove Chief Election Commissioner. Yes. So जब last particular session, budget session चल रहा था, at that time, I guess 193 member of parliaments from the opposition side, right? Opposition के पास हैं इतने members, मतलब हैं numbers होंगे. Because BJP this time, I guess, 240 के आसपास ही रहेगी. So they demanded the impeachment motion. They put a notice. They put proper 17 pages notice for the removal of Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar. राइट. इस इम्पीचमेंट मोशन पे ना तो डिबेट हुई, ना डिस्कशन हुआ. स्ट्रिक्टली जो स्पीकर है लोकसभा के ओम बिरला एंड सीपी राधाकृष्णन, द चेयरमैन ऑफ राज्यसभा, दे एक्चुअली what we can say, rejected the motion without any particular discussion, saying that these particular allegations were not up to the mark. Vinisha, hello sir. Any idea regarding the difficulty level of NMIMS LAT exam? बच्चे, that is not very hard. आपने अगर MSCET, AILET और CLAT प्रिपेयर किया हुआ तो मुझे लगता है कि NMIMS का एग्जाम बहुत इजी होगा. Right? So don't worry. So the presiding officer stated that the allegation failed to meet the high constitutional bar for proven misbehavior and incapacity required for the removal of Article 324(5) and Article 124(4). राइट. सो उन्होंने सीधे तौर पे बोला है कि आपने जो एलिगेशंस किए हैं दे आर नॉट मीटिंग द बार, सो वी आर रिजेक्टिंग इट. सो सबसे पहले बात कर लेते हैं रिजेक्शन का क्या सीन है. सो उन्होंने बोला कि लैक ऑफ प्रूफ है. 17 पेज डिटेल्ड ऑर्डर नोटेड दैट द चार्जेस वर स्पेक्युलेटिव, lacked clear and demonstrable evidences, and did not establish the prima facie case. So उन्होंने सीधे तौर पे बोला है कि the charges were speculative, आपने speculations लगाए हैं. They lacked clear and demonstrable evidences, and prima facie establish करने के लिए they are like not firm. Where I am getting these cartoon. Daksh, when your exam is over, na, get into the Twitter. Twitter में तुम्हें बहुत मसाला मिलता है. Right. Next. Judicial Uber. Many charges involved matter already educated or currently under the judicial review, making them unsuitable for the parliamentary removal process. ये उन्होंने second reason दिया. Right. The third reason they mentioned constitutional threshold. While the chair admitted the issue might be relevant for the political debate, they did not satisfy the legal requirement for the Judges Inquiry Act 1968, जिसके अंडर पे जिस procedural establishment पे ये काम होता impeachment का. Right. The allegations were quite simple. है ना? So total 193 opposition MPs were there, 130 from Lok Sabha and 63 from Rajya Sabha. Right. They mentioned seven major charges. सबसे पहले partition conduct. They alleged biased and discriminatory behavior favoring the ruling party from the Gyanesh Kumar, Chief Election Commissioner. Right. Yeah, he's the same one जिनके लिए वो मीम बनाता है. ऐसी बातें साझा करनी चाहिए क्या? Mass disenfranchisement, specifically regarding the special intensive revision voter list for the West Bengal and Bihar. Right? Why they are taking the name of West Bengal and Bihar? There are two major reasons. They are one of the two most populous state after UP. Right? And so more population, that means more seats in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Right. And if you are winning more number of seats in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, that clearly means you are winning. Like your chances to form government increases. Then they also talk about the electoral fraud. The deliberately obstruction of the investigation into the complaint of electoral irregularities. इन्होंने कर्नाटका का एग्जांपल जो है वो दिया था जब राहुल गांधी ने एलिगेशन लगाए थे कर्नाटका की तरफ से डिमांड की गई थी चीजों को कर्नाटका CID की तरफ से बट द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया कंटिन्यूअसली ignored it. राइट, फिर फेलियर टू मेंटेन द इंस्टीट्यूशनल इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया। सो उन्होंने इंडिपेंडेंस की भी कंसर्न बताई कि भैया वो इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं लगता। So these were the issues or allegations that were raised by the opposition MPs, but our chairman of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha speaker, they decided to reject it, saying that they are not meeting the bar. Okay, the next one is Tamil Nadu custodial death case. Yes, on the 6th of April 2026, Madurai court awarded death sentence to 9 policemen for the custodial torture, right, and murder of a father-son duo, P. Jairaj and J. Benix. Yes, P. Jairaj, he was the father, and J. Benix, he was the son. So Tamil Nadu police has beaten them so bad that within 3 days, both of them died within the time limit of 24 hours. I saw some of the videos जो local reporters ने hearing के दौरान सुन के रिपोर्ट किया था। उसमें कितनी सच्चाई है कितनी नहीं है, but all those 9 policemen, they were kind of taking out their frustration on those two particular people inside the police station, right? And um, it was horrible. If those particular allegation and those debates which happened in the court, if these were real, this was undoubtedly one of the rarest of the rare case. तो सबसे पहले केस डिटेल की बात करते हैं कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैपेंड। द इंसिडेंट हैपेंड इन जून 2020। रिमेंबर दिस टाइम हम लॉकडाउन में थे, एंड थोड़ा बहुत हमें जून 2020 आते आते थोड़ा बहुत हमें ओपन करने का मौका मिला था। So still there was some curfew timing that you have to close all the particular market by some time, and you have certain services were open, certain were not. Majority of workforce was supposed to work from home. अगर बहुत जरूरी नहीं है तो ऑफिस मत जाओ, etc. etc. So P. Jairaj, a 58-year-old person, and his son J. Penix, 31-year-old, they were arrested for allegedly violating the COVID lockdown norms, keeping their mobile shop open beyond permitted hours. But the CCTV footage shows that this was not beyond permitted hours. जब arrest हुआ, that was just 2 minutes. Right. While they were in custody in Santankulam police station, two were subjected to severe physical and sexual torture throughout the night. एक लोकल लेडी पुलिस वाली की पुलिस जो पर्सोनल थे, उनकी जो टेस्टिमोनी थी, गवाही थी कोर्ट में, they she strictly mentioned that all these particular people, they like took turns to torture them, right, and they beat them very brutally, and this is something जो बहुत मुश्किल था. Right. So June 20th ko this arrest was happened, right, on 2020. Benix, the son, died on June 22nd, 2022, and father passed away on the following day, June 23, right, due to internal injuries. और ये चीज जो हो रही थी ये किस तरीके से हुई है कि within 24 hours they would die. Like then the local shop owners, the local what we can say businessmen, they came into the road against this particular brutality, and case was shifted to CBI. Right, and CBI then filed a very comprehensive charge sheet against the accused officer, and for 5 long years they were in the court in the hearing, and finally, in the April 2026, the judge sentenced, right, the verdict. Judge G. Muthukumaran of the First Additional District and Session Court in Madurai sentenced all 9 convict police personnel to death, describing the incident as the rarest of the rare. उन्होंने सीधे तौर पे इसे रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयर क्राइम बन के, राइट, सभी पुलिस वालों को डेथ सेंटेंस दी। द केस एंड अ क्लियर अब्यूज ऑफ अथॉरिटी भी माना हो कि आप अथॉरिटी में हो एंड यू अब्यूज योर पावर ऑन दोस पर्टिकुलर पीपल। दीज ऑफिसर्स जो सेंटेंस थे उसमें इंस्पेक्टर था एस श्रीधर, जिसको सबसे मेन एक्यूज बताया गया, ही वाज द वन हु परमिटेड ऑल ऑफ देम टू torture them. Sub Inspector K. Balakrishnan and P. Raghu Ganesh, right? These were the one who initially started the torture, all right? And 6 other constables and head constables, which took turn to torture them. The court also ordered to have a compensation of 1.40 crore to be paid to the family of the deceased, right? Because of they lost both of the main, what we can say, earning person. तो उनके लिए 1.40 करोड़ का कॉम्पनसेशन भी अवार्ड किया है। दिस केस एक्चुअली इज नॉट न्यू। जब हमने द हिंदू सेशन में इसका डिस्कशन किया था, देन वी हैड दिस डिस्कशन कि तमिलनाडु में ऐसे केसेस रेगुलर हो रहे हैं। दिस कैन एक्चुअली मेक वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल कि आगे चल के ऐसा ना हो। Alright, so this was the verdict, and there is a fresh debate in today. अगर मैं बात करूं तो अगर आज की बात करूं तो मतलब हमारा है तो थोड़ा सा पुराना वाला, बट ओवरऑल फैशन में अगर हम बात करें, सो ट्रायल कोर्ट जो होता है, दे डोंट हैव अथॉरिटी टू गिव डेथ पेनल्टी. Yes. They had just two options: lifetime imprisonment, 14 years of remission, or death penalty. It could not give a fixed term of life imprisonment. That is why कि उन्होंने क्या किया, death penalty दिया. Right? Supreme Court allows special category punishment without life imprisonment, but the only High Court and Supreme Court can impose it, not the trial courts. That is the terms जिसके basis पे मिलता है. So अभी there is a debate going on कि जो accused हैं उनका right to what we can say fair trial and proportional punishment जो है वो violate हुआ under Article 21. But वो अभी debate लंबा चलने वाला है. This was the three most important news for the week, which you are not supposed to miss. Right? So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure कि इसके बारे में जितना like आगे और पीछे तुम नोट डाउन कर सकते हो उसको नोट डाउन कर लो. Make notes out of it so that when it comes to the exam, मेरे को ऐसा लगता है यूएस ईरान तो definitely is part of your exam. So make sure to follow this particular news until and unless there is a solution, and even after. Right? And these two, like impeachment of chief election commissioner and the custodial death torture, extrajudicial killing, जिसको तुम कह सकते हो. These are two most important topic for the legal perspective as well. तो make sure करो कि इन दोनों को miss नहीं करो. Right. So this is it from my side for today. I'll see you in the next session. And till then, have a great day ahead. मजे करें. For the daily current affairs update, हम 8 a.m. को the Hindu करते हैं. So if you are willing to have daily update of the newspaper and important topics, तुम 8 a.m. में हमारे साथ जुड़ सकते हो. So this is it from my side for today. I'll see you in the next session. Till then, have a great day ahead. मजे करो. अच्छा, कल मोस्ट प्रोबेबली हम एमएससीटी फाइनल ईयर के लिए कुछ मिक्स बैग या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के क्वेश्चन करने वाले हैं पॉलिटी के, राइट, स्टैटिक के. सो मेक श्योर की बी पार्ट ऑफ इट. चलो, सी या गाइस, गुड नाइट.